Former Rocky Mount police officer Thomas Robertson was sentenced today for his role in the January 6th insurrection.
Robertson was sentenced to 7 years and 3 months, but will be given credit for the time that he's already served since his arrest. He will serve 36 months supervised probation after he finishes out his sentence. WFXR's Rian Lounge joins us live in studio to break down what happened today in court.
Rian, I understand this is actually the longest sentence given so far.
It is the longest sentence for anyone convicted in the Capitol riots. Robertson actually wrote a note to the judge asking for leniency, but while the judge said he appreciated the letter, he noted that Robertson had no choice but to accept responsibility given all the evidence. And following all that, the judge pointed out that Robertson still tried to put the blame on his wife leaving for New York and needing to care for a terminally ill friend. Those excuses in the letter were also for the events that unfolded after January 6th, events we've followed closely. Now let's take a look through the timeline. On January 6th, 2021, then Sergeant Thomas Robertson and his fellow Rocky Mount police officer Jacob Fracker went to the U.S. Capitol the next day. The next day, the town discovered a photo of Robertson posted of the two of them inside the Capitol, and the town manager James Irvin reported the police officers to the FBI.
We learned of the participation on the 7th. We debriefed the officers on the 8th to determine their involvement and to make a determination if it went beyond free speech.
And later that month, Robertson and Fracker were fired from the police department. In February, both former officers pleaded not guilty to federal charges filed against them. Flash forward to June of that year when the FBI searched Robertson's house, finding a loaded M4 rifle and an unassembled pipe bomb. He had also ordered about $50,000 worth of guns. That's according to court documents released the following month. Throughout those court filings, the judge identified violations of Robertson's pretrial release, and the former officer was ordered to remain in jail until his trial months later. Now, March of 2022, Robertson's colleague Jacob Fracker decided to cooperate with investigators and take a plea deal. A few days later, additional charges were added for Robertson. He was indicted for 6 charges total, including violent entry and disorderly conduct in a Capitol building. Robertson's trial began the following month in April, with Fracker testifying against him on the 7th, saying neither of them helped police officers who were attacked by the mob. April 11th, the jury convicted Robertson of all counts. Robertson sought acquittal, which the judge denied. And at the start of August, it was announced that the feds were seeking an 8-year sentence for Robertson. It was in a sentencing today that the judge said Robertson's sentence would have been shorter without a trial. The judge says Robertson clearly expected violence and was one of the first people through the doors of the Capitol, meaning he wasn't swept up in a crowd. Live in studio, Rian Lounge, WFXR News.
Rian, thank you.